Okay, so hello everyone, I'm Zainab Koringwali, currently a proud Level 1 Batch 3 student at Rahan School Online Academy, and welcome to CodeCast where curiosity compiles. Today we are honored to interview Gabe Gabriel, former engineer at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, former director of engineering for the US Air Forces for Special Operations Command, and an international leadership speaker who has delivered 18 who has talks in 18 countries. So Gabe has dedicated to his career to the leadership, resilience, teamwork, and services, both in engineering and life. So Gabe, it's truly a pleasure to have you here today. So hi, how are you?
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. It was very, very kind of you. I'm doing excellent. Thank you. It's 9:30 in the morning here, and I'm getting ready to start the day. I'm getting ready to go to Norway in a couple of weeks, so I'm trying to get a lot of things done around the house. But it's a pleasure to have this opportunity to speak with you, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so Gabe, to begin our conversation, I was kind of curious to know that what was first inspired you, what was the thing that inspired you to pursue engineering and eventually work at NASA?
Yeah, well, for me, it was I was actually in the Air Force in Cocoa Beach, Florida, which is very close to Kennedy Space Center and NASA. And when I was there, I saw the very first shuttle launch. So I'm not sure if you know a space shuttle. It looks like a plane, but it's really a rocket ship. It looks just like a plane. It's got two big rockets. It's called a shuttle. It goes back and forth to space. I saw the very first shuttle launch, and from very close. And when I saw that launch, I thought, "Wow, I've never seen anything like this. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen." And at that instant, I decided that when I got out of the Air Force, I would try to get a job at Kennedy Space Center.
Oh, that's great. But I was curious to know that was there a specific moment like when you realized you were actually like exactly where you meant to be?
Yeah, it was on the beach. It was on the beach that day when, I'm on the beach. I really like the beach. So I hadn't really thought about going to NASA. I hadn't really thought about getting involved with the space program. It was kind of interesting, but it was something that I really seemed like was far away from me. But when I was on the beach and I saw that launch and I realized, how close I was to it and the opportunities that might be there, I instantly I thought this is something I really want to do when I get out of the Air Force. So it was an instantaneous thing. It wasn't really a lot of pre-thought, but as soon as I saw it, I knew this is something I want to do.
Oh, that's kind of really, inspiring. Okay, so I would love to understand that how do you stay calm and make critical decisions in high pressure environments like NASA or the Air Force?
Yeah, so to me, it really makes no difference what environment you're in. Everything evolves around you feeling good about yourself and having confidence in yourself. Once you learn to have that confidence and that belief in yourself, you always believe you can do something. You never have stress. You never have pressure. You stay calm because you feel like you're in control of the situation. All stress and all pressure is self-induced. People do that to themselves. They're afraid they're going to mess up, or they're afraid they can't do something. They don't have that inner belief that, yeah, I can do it. So for me, it's all about believing in yourself. Once you learn to believe in yourself and have confidence in yourself, your life gets very, very easy. But very few people have that. And I talk about how to get that confidence in yourself. It's really important. Most things start with a thought or a dream. And you take that thought or dream and you write it down and you say, this is my goal. And you ask yourself, what steps do I take to achieve it? I'm here. I want to go there. How do I get there? And you have to plan steps, but plan small steps. The smaller the step, the easier it is to accomplish. Easier it is to accomplish, it helps you develop that belief and that confidence in yourself. But it's something you want to do very, very slowly. You don't want to be in a hurry. You build slowly and slowly. You build and you build. And one day you say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe, you can do anything. You will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just enjoy the adventure, and you stay calm because you're having fun.
Okay, you mean like we should believe in ourselves and we should stay calm and take small steps, right?
Yeah, always small steps, and learn to believe in yourself and remind yourself, I was in this situation, I accomplished this one, I can do the next one. So you're kind of building and building on your accomplishments. That's why the small step is easier. You have more accomplishments. If you make the step too big, you have a lot of frustrations, or you don't really enjoy it, and it doesn't help you build that confidence in yourself.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so I would like to know that from your experience leading in in okay, so next I would like to ask you that from your experience leading engineering teams, so what do you think separates a manager from a true leader?
Yeah, well, first of all, you have to be able to relate to people. This is very important. To be any kind of leader or any kind of manager, to do it well, to me, you have to relate to people around you. You have to take the time to look through their eyes, try to understand why they think the way they do. You don't have to agree or disagree, but learn to why they think the way they do. And then it's really important you involve everybody in decision making processes. If you have 10 people on a team and you have a decision to make, you call all 10 together. Look, this is where we are, this is where we have to go. I want input from everybody. I want everybody's input. Collectively, you get all that together. Then you try to adjust so everybody has a part, everybody has a role. But it takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of willingness to not only have your own view, but to be open minded. Many people don't have that. They have their own view, and that's all they deal with. And if you disagree with them, then you're wrong. So it's really, to me, it's about being able to relate to others. That's so important.
Okay, and what about like leadership truly be taught, or must it like be developed through the experiences?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and I often wonder about that too. Can it be taught? It probably can be taught, but most of it comes from within, and it comes from that confidence in yourself. Once you have that, maybe somebody can guide you to look at things a little differently. But everything comes from within, until you have that, to me, you really can't be a good leader because you don't you have to be able to willing to say to others, I'll help you, I'll guide you, I'll be responsible for your actions no matter what they are. And many people don't want to do that. They're really concerned about themselves and how they look, and they're not so concerned about the team, but it's all about them. It's really important to me to bring people into collectively and understand everybody is equal. It doesn't matter where you are in the team, you are equal. And when everybody contributes equally, the team is successful. And I really love the team environment. I love sports because I love the team environment and how much you learn from sports about team.
I guess I kind of agree with you. Okay,
Thank you.
so since thank welcome. Okay, so like since you have spoken in 18 countries, so I was curious to know that what leadership qualities connect with people across different cultures.
So one of the things I've learned, and it's really amazing to me, and actually it's now 20. I just came back from Nepal and Dubai. So I spoke in both of those countries just last month. So now it's up to 20. But the thing I learned the most about these 20 countries and 20 cultures and 20 languages and everything about the differences, we are all so much alike. It doesn't matter the dress, it doesn't matter the culture, it doesn't matter the language, it doesn't matter anything. We are so much alike as people. It absolutely amazes me. And kids your age are exactly alike. There's girls in every country of the 20 I've been just like you. You have the same look in your eyes, the same smile, the same excitement, the same way you interact with each other. It's amazing to me how much we are alike. And I think that's the biggest thing that's surprised to me is how much we are alike.
Okay, that's great. But would you like to tell me that was there any country or audience that left a particularly strong impression on you?
So, people ask me all the time. Now it's 20 countries. You've been to 20 countries. What's your favorite country? I get asked that all the time. And my answer is always the same. My favorite country is always the country I'm in. When I'm in Pakistan, it's my favorite country. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not comparing it to anything else. I'm only focusing on what can I find good in Pakistan. Next month, I'm going to Norway. When I'm in Norway, I'm not thinking about Pakistan. I'm not thinking about anything except enjoying Norway. So my favorite country is always the country I'm in. My favorite presentation, I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of presentations. My favorite one is always the last one I did. I really, really enjoy what I'm doing as I'm doing it. What preceded it, I don't really think about too much. I'm too busy focusing on where I am. I don't have time to compare, and I think it's a waste of time to compare anyway. If you just focus on enjoying. Right now, the most important thing to me right now is the interview with you. I devote my time to you. I'm just 30 minutes or whatever we have. There's no outside distractions. There's nothing. There's just me and you. And we're a team. We ask about a team. Together, we have a common goal. You can't do it without me. I can't do it without you. So we're a team. And this is the way I live everything I do. As I'm doing something, the most favorite thing I do is what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
Okay, that's great. So, if you're comfortable sharing, could you tell us about a challenge that shaped you the most in your career?
I don't know if there's any one. I know there was a couple of incidents where had to really do something that nobody had been able to do, and one of them was when I was in the Air Force, and I was called an airlift division. So at this airlift division, that's where the planes take all of the supplies around Europe and around Southwest Asia. So it's an airlift division because it's taking pieces by air to different places. And we had two places. One was in Israel and one was in Egypt. We had two people at these little places in both of these countries, and they were having a tremendous problem trying to solve where they were going to live because they were living in a very expensive area and they were in the Air Force and they didn't have the money to afford the housing. So they've been trying to fight this for years. People tried to fight this for years. They never could solve it. And they said, oh, you go solve it. So I went there and all I did was talk to the people who lived there and said, how would you solve it? And they told me, and I told everybody, and everybody thought I was the greatest thing in the world because I solved it. But again, I just talk to people. I talk to people at the bottom, the people having the problem. So I think that was really a turning point for me because of the way people saw me. Uh, and I was able to do something nobody else could do. And to me, it was a real simple fix. But to me, every day is a building day. And really, every day is a step, and each step is important. Without the first one, you can't have the second. The challenge is to enjoy them all and to do your best. So there have been some times when I've done things that I've been really fortunate to be able to do when it had to be done. But for the most part, every day is the same for me. It's never a challenge to do something. The challenge is to enjoy doing something. I want to enjoy this interview. I'm going to have fun with you with this interview. We're going to have some fun and enjoy it, and that's everything in my life. And when you have that perspective, everything kind of evens out. It's all a challenge. It's all opportunity. It's all a great sense of accomplishment. So my life is really, really very big. I'm very thankful for my life and the mental attitude that I've learned to develop.
Okay, so since you have given speech, like talks in 20 countries, so I would like to know like what was the reason, and I'm kind of curious to know because I don't know about it yet. Like you give talks for what?
Okay, so if I'm coming to give to a talk, my objective in my mind with the talk, two things. When we're finished, you feel better about yourself and about your future. My goal, I saw shuttle launches, I saw astronauts in space, I saw all the cool things about the space program, which I really love to share and love to enjoy. But really, my objective is And even after this talk, even after this interview, I'm hoping you will do the same thing the same way, but you will learn to think about it differently. You will never think of hard work. You will think of an adventure, a journey, an opportunity, a challenge. Eliminate hard work words from your mind. Replace it with something like challenge, opportunity, journey. Make it fun. Make it a challenge. Uh, Learn to enjoy everything you do. We can do this interview and you can enjoy it or not. Either way, you're going to do it. It's how you choose to see it. Learn to find positives in everything you do. If you can't find that positive, say to yourself, could be worse. Never have a negative experience. And the most important, learn to believe in yourself, like we talked about a little earlier. Develop that belief in yourself. That's kind of my objective everywhere I go. And it doesn't matter the age of the kids, it doesn't matter the country, the culture. The same thing I really want to do. I want you to understand you have a choice with everything in your life. You can enjoy it or not. It's strictly how you choose to see it. Learn to find positives in yourself and everything you do. And once you do that, your life gets very, very fun and very, very easy, and you can be successful.
Oh, that's great. And interesting also. I like it. So, like many young students dream of working at NASA. So, what advice would you give to those who want to follow a similar path?
Yeah, you know, for those who have that dream, or any dream, I encourage you to chase your dreams, whatever they may be, and don't let anybody tell you you can't do something or you shouldn't do something. Do whatever your heart feels you want to do. It is a big challenge to get to NASA because your biggest challenge outside of America, you have to be an American citizen. So if you really want to get to NASA, then you have to figure, okay, I've got to get to America. I've got to become a citizen. How am I going to do that? The best way is through university. America has many great universities with international programs for students. You can try to get to university in America. You will stay in university for 4 years. Then, after university, you have to stay in the country, establish residency, become a citizen, apply to go to NASA. It's possible. It's going to take a long time. If I say to you it might take 20 years, it's okay. You're going to pass through those 20 years anyway. And you might find something else along the way. But I usually encourage people who want to go to NASA. That's great, but don't limit yourself to NASA. At one time, NASA was really the only choice. Now there's many commercial companies are going to space as well, and many other countries are going to space as well. Pakistan has a space program. Pakistan probably will have a very good space program one day because you are very smart people and you have the ability to do anything. It's just a matter, the funding and the sponsorship of the government, things like that. But I encourage everybody to try to do that. But if you want to go to NASA, you have to understand it's going to be a very lengthy process, but it's okay. It's just part of the journey to reach the goal.
Oh, that's great. So, um, next, I would like to ask you that with technology evolving rapidly, so I'm curious, like, what skills will define the leaders of the future?
Now, one of my biggest concerns with the leaders of the future, and I have to say, I am very, very confident in the kids of today. Many people badmouth the kids of today. They're on computers. They're always, but I know from being around the world to 20 countries, the world is in good hands. Kids like you are very smart. You're very kind. You're very giving. When you get your turn to take over, I think your biggest problem is going to try to fix the mess that the adults who have it now left for you behind. But I think it's really important for kids to feel good about themselves and their future. And I think, the main thing is to build slowly, build confidence, learn to get along as people. My concern is with AI, everything is getting away from the necessity of people. People are the most important asset. No matter what AI develops, without people and the people ability to get along, even more importantly, we're not going to really be successful with AI. So it's going to have to be evolved always around people. Let's never forget the importance of people.
Oh, that's great. So, next, I would like to know that when working on mission critical projects, So, how do you maintain your focus and ability within a team?
To me, everything is the same. I don't look at anything as more important than another. I don't look at anything as I've got to do this instead of I got to do that. To me, the challenge is the same. It doesn't matter what it is. How well can I do it? That's the first thing. Do my best. I want to do my best at everything. How can I enjoy doing this? This is really important too. And to believe in myself. A lot of times you start to do something and you realize it's not going as you expected. You have to stop, step back. Okay, look at how did I go this part? What did I learn? And do it over again. And that's fine. I have no problems with getting somewhere and saying, this isn't what I thought. And many people will get there and they don't know what to do next. And they get all excited, they get all scared, and they make things worse. Sometimes you have to step back to go forward. It's all part of our learning process. And I think this is really most important.
Oh, that's great. So, but I wanted to know that what happens when one team member struggles, and like how should a leader respond?
Yeah, definitely. If somebody's struggling, to me, you need to get with that person and one on one with that person and find out why you're struggling. What can I do to help you? Do everything you can to support them to build their confidence in themselves. Usually they're struggling because they have lack of confidence, lack of belief in themselves. And you want to try to get them to do that. So normally I would try to get that one person and say, okay, what's the issue? How can we help you get around it? Let's step back. Let's do it differently. Together we can do it. Whatever I can to get that person to understand, you're important. It's okay. Everybody struggles a little bit at times. It's not a big deal, but we're a team and we're always going to be a team. So together we can resolve anything. You're never on your own in this.
Oh, that's great. Okay, Gabe. So I would like to, um, like, what is your favorite country?
I mentioned to you earlier, my favorite country right now, my favorite country is America because I'm in America. Next month, I'll be in Norway. Norway will be my favorite country. And then month after that, I'm going to be in Brazil. Brazil, whatever country I'm in, is always my favorite country. I just don't compare them one to the other. I make every place I go, I only look for positives in that place. And when you do that, everything around you is good. Let's say I'm in Pakistan and I'm thinking about something I would be doing in Nepal. Well, then I'm not enjoying in Pakistan because my mind is diverted to Nepal. So I stay away from that. When I'm in Nepal, I went to Nepal the first time a couple of weeks ago. It was awesome. It was really, really so amazing to me. But that's where I saw it when I was there. When I came from Nepal, I came back to America. I'm focusing on America. So my favorite country is always the country I'm in.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Gabe. So next, I wanted to know very much that what's the best experience you've ever had in your entire life? Like, what was the best moment?
You know, right now, the best experience for me is being right here with you. This is the way I look at things. Right now, this is so much fun for me. I'm enjoying it. Really, I am enjoying doing this, and I look forward to the opportunity to do it. And and I don't think this is, I don't think something is better than this. Right now, it's the most fun thing for me to do. And whatever I do, as I do it, I do the same thing. So I'm always doing my most favorite thing. People don't understand how strong your mind is if you really get when I leave here, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to be in the gym for 2 hours working out. My mind will be physically and mentally in the gym, only focusing on enjoying that. It will be the best experience I have as I'm doing it. And it's the same with everything in my life. People don't understand if you can train your mind to think a certain way as you're doing something, it can be your most favorite thing. And once you learn that, everything you do is your favorite thing. So you always have fun.
Oh, that's great. I agree with you. Okay, so I would love to understand that what daily habits help you succeed in such demanding roles.
You know, each day is the same for me. The daily habits are just, to try to do my best, to enjoy what I do, and understand, that I can do anything I want to do, and that's the way I approach everything. I just enjoy it all. I try to have fun with it. I always want to do my best. That's important. You want to learn to do your best. As you progress through life, there'll be incidents. You don't know when, you don't know where, you don't know how. At some point, you're going to have to do your best to be successful. If you practice doing your best every day, when that time comes, you're going to do it easily. If you don't practice, and when that time comes, you might get nervous, you might get scared. Practice doing your best every day and feel good about your effort. It's so important. And that's kind of what I approach each day. It doesn't matter what I do. I try to take small steps, try to walk my way through things slowly so that I can be more efficient and do better at it. And everything is mental to me. Everything is 100% mental. Everything you do stems from your mind. Get your mind in the right place. Learn to believe in yourself. Learn to have fun with everything you do. People sometimes think if you're having fun, you're not really trying. You have to have stress and you have to have pressure and you have to be all to be trying. But you don't. You can try just as much and enjoy the process. And again, the challenge to me is never to do something. It's how much can I enjoy doing it and how well can I do it at the same time.
Oh, that's great. But were there habits that you had to unlearn along the way?
Well, I think the biggest thing you have to unlearn is not to be afraid to fail. I think this is something I never say fail. I say learning experience. We never fail. We always learn, and we learn most when things don't go as expected. So a lot of times, most of us, and I was the same growing up. I didn't have a lot of confidence, and I didn't have that belief in myself. So I was always afraid I was going to mess up. Always afraid I was going to do something wrong. So I never really had to, I had to learn to not feel that way. And the only way I could learn to feel that way was to develop that belief and confidence in myself. And I did that over a long period of time. And I wasn't aware that I was doing it. It just kind of happened. And then one day I looked around and I said, I'm having fun with everything and I'm enjoying everything. And there's people around me who I think are more talented and should be enjoying it, yet they're complaining all of the time. Why am I happy or why are they complaining? When to me, they should be even happier than me because they're more talented. But it was learned behavior, and that's what you learned growing up. You taught work hard, stress and pressure. You and everybody else in every country around the world, that's what you're taught by your parents, by people around you. You learn it and you live it. So I just want you to know you always have a choice. You can enjoy something or not. Either way, you will do it. It's 100% mental. Learn to take small steps, learn to approach everything in a positive way, and you'll be surprised at how well you will do.
I guess I agree with you because even if I fail in my exam, well, I haven't failed any, but even if I won't say that I failed, I would say I learned and I will try to make it more good next time. Like I won't make myself, you know, discouraged. I wouldn't discourage myself. I would encourage myself.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
I see that in your personality. I think you're very. I don't think you're ever going to fail anything. You're too smart. If you fail, it wouldn't be because you were smart enough. Remember, don't say fail, say learning experience. But if you have that learning experience, you could say to yourself, I didn't prepare well. Because one time I had a girl say to me in university, what do you mean I can't fail? I failed my test. I said, well, did you prepare well? No. Well, you learned what you have to do to pass. So you really didn't fail, you just didn't prepare well. So learn to prepare well, learn to feel good about your effort. And many times we don't know till we try. And when we try, if it doesn't go as expected, we can't be upset with ourselves. Say, okay, I learned what doesn't work. Sometimes you have to learn what doesn't work in order to learn what does. It's all part of a process, but you always want to feel good about yourself and your effort. This is important.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, like leadership involves difficult ethical decisions. So how do you stay aligned with integrity in complex situation?
Yeah, for me, I always try to break things down to small steps. When you have If you have a big task, sometimes they might come to work. Gabe, we have this big project for you to do. It involves fixing all this and fixing. It's going to take you 3 or 4 weeks. We're going to give it to you 6 weeks ahead of time because it's so difficult. And I look at it and I say, okay, they gave me 6 weeks. I'm going to do it in 2 weeks. So the first 4 weeks, I don't do anything. Then the last 2 weeks, I try to say, okay, how can I make this easy? What's the easiest way to do things? What's the simplest way I can do it? And I try different things, see what works slowly. And you'd be surprised if you find ways to do things. Many people don't like to do easy things. They think if it's easy, they don't accomplish anything. So they often take simple things and really complicate them. And for me, I try to do the opposite. I try to say, whatever I'm doing, how can I make it simple? What's the easiest way I can do this? And I try to shorten the steps, shorten the time, and and the less people involved. Also, uh, most of the things I do involve decisions I make on my own, which is really, really simple. The more people involved, the more complicated it becomes, the lengthier it takes. So that's what I kind of do is I try to break things down into simple tasks and try to accelerate the way through it by making it easy.
You mean like when we're given a task, we should start doing it by the moment we get it so that we don't get late.
I
Am
know
I right?
most people think that way. Most people, but to me, I look at things I, I I look at things in a way that they're simple. People giving it to me think it's very, very complicated. So that's why they give you all this time because they're looking at how they would do it. Or I think how they look at how what it would take to get it done. It seems to me most of the time I'm able to take those things and simplify them so I can do them much quicker. So I really don't pay too much attention. If they say you got 4 weeks, I don't even think about it for the first 2 weeks. I just know in my mind I'm going to be able to accomplish it, and so far I've been pretty fortunate with that.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I agree with you. So to conclude, what message would you like to give, like share with young people who are still discovering their purpose?
Yeah, so I always have the same message, and I welcome the opportunity to say it. Remember three things: do your best. Do your best is easy. Challenge yourself to do your best. Always feel good about your effort. It doesn't matter what happens. If you've done your best, feel good. It's not what you want, do it again. You will learn, you will get better. Keep doing it to get what you want. Enjoy everything you do. We can do this interview right now and enjoy it or not. Either way, we're doing it. Learn to find positives in everything you do. If you can't find a positive, say to yourself, it could be worse. Then it becomes a positive. Never have a negative experience. And most importantly, develop that belief in yourself. That is so critical. And you do that by taking dreams and making them goals. And remember, you plan small steps. Don't be in a hurry. Slower the step, easier it is to accomplish. Easier to accomplish, it helps you develop that belief and confidence in yourself. And you build and you build and you build till one day you say to yourself, I can do anything. And I believe you can do anything. I can see in your smile in your eyes, I can do anything. I know I can do anything. And that's a great feeling to have. It shows confidence and belief in yourself. Learn those three things. I promise you, you'll have a very successful life and you'll have a great time living it.
Oh, that's great. So I hope you don't mind me saying in a fun way. You actually remind me a little of the BFG from the Roald Dahl book, and there is something very kind and wise about your presence. I when I saw you in like StreamYard, I was literally thinking of the book that I read a few months ago. It was BFG, and I'm obsessed with this book. And when I saw, I was literally like very happy. It was like a real version of BFG.
Well, thank you so much. It's really kind of you to say, and I've really enjoyed the time with you. I just can tell by looking at your smile and your eyes, you just seem to be enjoying everything, and you have this look of curiosity. You want to learn, you want to do things, and your life is going to be very good because of the attitude, the mental approach you have, and hopefully, what we've shared a little bit will help you to believe that in yourself even more. But I know you're going to be successful. There's no doubt in my mind.
Thank you, Gabe. Okay, so Thank you, everyone, and Gabe, you also for your time and for sharing your incredible journey with us today. From NASA to global leadership stages, your story reflects courage, discipline, and service. So it's truly been an honor speaking with you and to our audience. Thank you for joining us on CodeCast, where curiosity compiles. Stay curious, keep learning, and keep building your future. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye, everyone.